Hello everyone and welcome to Brave Soul's Utility Guide. I kind of messed around with stuff a little bit since the last time I did this show. If you don't know what the show is, I basically take the characters you see on the screen right now and put them under one or more of these categories. I did switch out the high damage category for the Guild Quest category because I felt like it made more sense. This week I'm doing or I guess this time, because that's not really a weekly show, is it? This time I'm doing Squad 5. I was kind of holding off on this because it has a lot of members. All the Shinjis except the ones that are exclusively visored. I already did that on the visored one the last time. All of the Eisens, which is primarily the reason I was avoiding this, and then all of the Momos, which there's more than I remembered, so that's good. With that said, let's go ahead and begin. Once again, I'd like to remind you this isn't a tier list or anything like that. It's just a video to kind of help people who are just now getting back into the game or just now starting the game to kind of feel out the characters they get if they happen to get some older characters or even newer characters. So we're starting off with these two Momos. I'm going to do them side by side. Like I said, this video might run a little long because there's so many Eisens. So yeah, we're starting off with Momo. Both of these are going to go down here. They're not very good. They both have the exact same link, which is strong attack damage and fire resistance once they're resurrected. It's not exactly good. The characters themselves aren't really good. Momo is a healer, so she does kind of have that support going for her, but these days you're better off using somebody else other than a Momo, even if she's a healer. Next we have Tacti Momo. Now, she also has a strong attack damage link and a fire resistance link, but she's actually usable. Tacti Momo has a vortex move strong attack 2, she's got debilitating burn on everything, and her strong attack 3 actually does a massive amount of damage. She can crowd control with her strong attack 2, but I'm not going to put her under support and crowd control because it's just that strong attack and it's not that great, but she is an excellent boss killer because she's able to burn up bosses pretty easily. And like I said, her strong attack 3 does a really high amount of damage if you hit it at close range, and of course that vortex. So she's actually pretty good for taking out bosses, not very good for, anything else. Alright, next we have this Momo, the other mined Momo. I know Tag Team Momo was also mined, but this Momo is a really good support character. She's got a heal move for a strong attack 2 and a strong attack recharge link, letting her get that back. She's also a pretty good boss killer because of that reason, because she can heal herself against the bosses, and everything else she has can inflict debilitating burn, which basically, helps out against bosses. Everything else, she's not that great. Not really good for, well, she can be okay for autoing, but she's not really at the point where she hasn't high enough stats to be able to do that or enough range to be able to do that. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about her. Next we have my favorite Momo in this game, the Cacao Society version of Momo. I really like this character's design and everything about her. I like her strong attacks, I like her normal attacks, even though she's not a normal attacking character. Her strong attack 3 is a full charge move, and for that reason I am going to put her under versus bosses. I believe she's also immune to being weakened, which is a very nice bonus. You can use her in Guild Quest, but for Guild Quest I'm really only going to save for characters who are exceedingly good at it. And while Momo can deal heavy damage because of her strong attack 3, and her other strong attacks do have good damage, I'm only going to put the ones who are exceedingly good for Guild Quest. Clear time, she can clear quests relatively quickly, but she does have to wait for a charge move to completely charge up, so I'm not going to put her under there. Plus, there's, a lot of other faster characters. So versus bosses is pretty much where I'm going to put her. Next we have Christmas Momo. Now, Christmas Momo is a prime example of why I put the PvE thing down here. She's good, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't excel at any of these categories. And because she doesn't excel at any of these categories, I'm going to put her in PvE. Just because she's not unusable, she's a decent character. She's just, not particularly good at anything. Except for, of course, grinding. I should put her under autoing because she can get the inheritance zone stuff very, very easily. Or the potions very easily. But she's not actually good at autoing. She's the least good at autoing of any of the potion drop characters. So we're just going to leave her in PvE. For Eisen, okay, we're going to get through the first few Eisens relatively quickly. First we have Frenzy Eisen, who's really only good as a link. Decent link, but just link. We're just going to leave him there. We have OG Eisen, who's only really good for orbs. Even his link isn't that great, so we're going to put him down here as well. We have the White Day version of Eisen, whose moves I actually really, really like. I'm a big fan of this guy's moves, but unfortunately he's not a great character, so we're going to put him down here. Next we have one of the biggest disappointments in this game, the original Full Hollow Eisen, or the Hollowified version of Eisen, whatever you want to call him, Hogyoku Eisen. He sucks. He's not good. Sorry, Eisen. I really wish that guy was better, but they really just did not do him justice with his killer and with his abilities, and they gave him bombardment, so they didn't give him frenzy. It was a whole thing. Next we have Senkaisen. Senkaisen He's a character most of us only use as a link. He can hold his own in specific Senkaimons, but for the most part, he's just a link character. I'm gonna put him down here. Like I said, he can hold his own. He is a healer, but you're better off using somebody else as support because while he is a healer, he doesn't have frenzy, he doesn't have a great killer. So orbs and links is where he belongs. Alright, now we're moving on to the good Eisens. First, we have the fully hollowified, or the remake of the one we just did, the hollow version of Eisen, the power hollow version of Eisen. This character is actually the first one I'm going to put over in Guild Quest. I wouldn't say he's really good for inflicting damage on Guild Quest, but he is extremely good at inflicting weakening because of his Crawling Vortex, Strong Attack 2, and, you know, high SP and Frenzy, he can also inflict damage, but you really want him for that Vortex. That's what you really want him for, so I'm going to put him there. Obviously, there's better characters, but he is a good option when going up against hollows because of that weakening. It's really, really nice. Clear Time, I'm not going to put him there because of that Crawling Vortex move. Versus bosses, he is really good because, as I mentioned, he can inflict weakening on everything, and his Strong Attack 2 is very likely to do it and push enemies back. Plus, you can guarantee the bosses are weakened before they use their special using your own special. So we're going to go ahead and put him there. We're also going to put him under Crowd Control because of that Strong Attack 2 and because of that weakening. It's not a surefire thing for the weakening, but still really good for that. Next, we have Parasol Eisen. I really like this character's design. It's really, really good. I'm going to put him under Autoing because he has a really high attack. He's got Bruiser at 80% at a normal attack damage link. He can inflict debilitating paralysis on everything. His Strong Attack 2 is a Vortex move that surrounds him, which is a really good combo for him being a high attack character. I'm also going to put him under Versus Bosses because of that paralysis, because of that Vortex move, and because he can pretty much clear them really, really quickly once he gets to the bosses because he has a high attack. So we're going to go ahead and put him there. Next, we have the character commonly known as Flyzen, the Tech Hollow Eisen. He's a really good character. He's been really good since he came out. He has a really high SP. He's got Bruiser at 40 and a boost move and a Strong Attack Recharge link, so potentially an infinite boost with a Bruiser, which is a really good combo. He's a really good support character because of that, so we're going to go ahead and drop him under support. But he's also a really good boss killer because his special has a chance to instant kill. Obviously, if you're going up against 3 bosses, you only get that instant kill for 1. If you're in Senkaimon, you can kind of reset your game until you get that. But I am going to put him there. Whoops. There we go. I am going to put him down there as well because of that instant kill. And because he can actually, you know, hold his own because of that boost move. It also boosts his defense. So we're going to put him there as well. As for anything else, he can do okay in PvP in some of the higher areas, but that's not really what I'm looking for this list. You can use him in PvP because of the boost, but it's really only because of the boost. Same with Guild Quest, you can use him there, but really you only get the benefit from the boost. Everything else, you're better off using somebody else. So I think that's where I'll leave him here. Next, we have the Manga Eisen. A lot of people were disappointed with this guy because he had a Crawling Vortex move and because he has a charge move, but you kind of have to wait a ridiculous long time for his charge move to be at full power. Still, you can use it like a regular charge move and it's just fine. I'm also going to put him under Crowd Control and support because of that Crowd Control. I'm also going to put him under Versus Bosses because he can inflict the heavy damage with his Strong Attack 3 if you use it correctly. And of course he's got weakening, so even if he didn't have that charge move Strong Attack 3, he'd still be on Versus Bosses because he can inflict weakening so easily, and because he has that Strong Attack 2 Strong Attack 2 that's Crawling Vortex move. He's also a decent character for Guild Quest. Like I said, he's in a similar category as his other Eisen. They both have weakening and they both can send out Crawling Vortexes. Plus this guy starts off with a 10 barrier, and I think he's got a last ditch survival ability. It's been too long, but still, I use him for Guild Quest from time to time just to get weakening on enemies, and it's actually pretty useful. I'm gonna leave him there. Next, we have the Fierce Battle version of Eisen. This guy's got a barrier move. He's got a plus 40 Bruiser. He's got the Berserker and Frenzy. Devastation at 60, I believe. He can use a Transform move and transform, get all his strong attacks back, use them again. And they're stronger, and when he runs out, he's just a ridiculously powerful character, and he's a good support character. So we're going to put him there. We're going to put him against bosses because he can use potentially 6 strong attacks in a row, and he's got the barrier move, so he's kind of protected. And we're going to put him under Guild Quest as well. But we're only going to put him under Guild Quest if you're the one using him. If you're using him, in fact, we're going to put him down here for that. If you're the one using him, then he's good for Guild Quest because you can use that special and get those 6 strong attacks in a row. Otherwise, might be better off using somebody else, because that shield move, while it is okay, it's not gonna help out too much in Guild Quest. He is still a really powerful character, and you're still likely to use him and be okay, but I don't know, that's just how I feel about him. He is a good character, but I feel like you should be the one to use it if you're gonna use him in Guild Quest because of that, the special. Hello guys, Future Martin here. So, as I was editing this, I realized that this Eisen is also really good for autoing. He's got Guard Break, he's got Bruiser at 40, and his normal attacks Pierce, plus he's immune to being frozen and poisoned. So I'm going to go ahead and add this here, and continue with the video. Next we have Shinji. Goodbye Shinji, we're going to put you over here. He's not great, guys. He did get better when he got resurrected, but he's just not a good character. You're better off just using him for links. Next we have the first Captain Shinji that we got. Or I guess the second cap, the first good one that we got, the Lost Asian version of Shinji. This guy is really, really good. He's got a ridiculous range on his strong attack 2, really good range on his level 2 strong attacks. He's a great character, boosted strong attack damage link. We're actually going to put him under clear time because you can actually clear stuff very, very quickly with this guy. I think that's where I'm going to leave him. I would put him under Guild Quest because he can deal the heavy damage, but he doesn't have Berserker, and his SP is on a bit of on the lower side than for a lot of SP characters. That's not to say you can't use him in Guild Quest. Like I said, you can use any one of these in Guild Quest, especially if his stats are really high. You can definitely use him in Guild Quest. But until he gets resurrected, I think that's where I'll leave him. Yeah, I think that's where I'll leave him. Like I said, feel free to use him in Guild Quest. I'm sure he'll do fine. It's just he doesn't excel at it, so I'm just gonna leave him there. Really good character, super fun character. Next, we have this other Shinji, I forget the past version of Shinji, but the good one. This guy is actually a lot of fun for me to use. I really enjoy using this guy for autoing, because he's got a really high attack. He's got a plus 80 bruiser, great range on his normal attack, good strong attacks for an autoer. He's got a strong attack 2 that's a static vortex move, and a strong attack 3 that's a hybrid vortex move. And if his health is low enough, he deals 30% more damage. Plus, he's completely immune to being paralyzed and frozen. So the two things that can stop an autoer, he's completely immune from it. He's really good for autoing. If you have him and you need a tech autoer, I'd recommend him highly. I'm also wanting to put him under versus bosses, but I'm kind of out of room. So, did not see this coming. I'm going to put him under versus. I need to be better prepared. Wow, a lot of people in Squad 5 are good against bosses. He's good against bosses because he can trap them in that vortex move. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't take much to be good against bosses if you have a vortex move, because you can just trap them, attack them, run away before they use their special, and then repeat. Honestly, he's good for it. What can I say? And crowd control. He's not the good at crowd control for in terms of some other characters who have a high SP. Usually, crowd control is reserved for characters who are higher SP. But he does a really good job with his strong attack 2 and his strong attack 3. He can get the enemies exactly where he wants them in his strong attack 3 and keep them there with his strong attack 2. So that's where I'm going to leave him. Finally, we have the Camp for Your Own World Shinji. Gotta love this guy. Dude is one of the fastest characters in the game. Ridiculous damage on his strong attacks, ridiculous range on his strong attacks. They're all really quick to activate. Obviously, we're going to put him in clear time. We're also going to put him in Guild Quest because he could deal heavy damage. He can also, he can deal heavy damage. He can also deal even more damage if the enemies are confused, which he's likely to do because he has a strong attack recharge link, and everything he has can inflict debilitating confusion. He's also good against bosses, but I'm not going to put him in versus bosses because there's nothing that he has that makes him excel against bosses. He's just a really good character, which makes him good at everything. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave him. I'm really surprised nobody here went under PvP. There are some options like Parasol Eisen who could potentially do good in PvP, and same with Flyzen. He can also be decent in PvP just for boost. But yeah, I'm surprised nobody else really excels in PvP. Still, I think that's where I'm gonna leave the list. I hope you guys enjoyed. I kind of tried to rush through this one so I don't have to edit as much, because this video, while the top 10s do take me longer, this one require more of my attention while editing. It's a weird thing, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't rush through this too fast. If you did enjoy, hit like, and let me know if you want to continue seeing these. I do enjoy making them, but I know people don't watch them as much as some of my other stuff. So let me know if you want me to continue this series. I'd like to. But yeah, have a good night.